Hi everybody, it's Miss Lorenz. I hope I didn't make you dizzy right there, flipping that over. I'm going to go over lesson 12. This has to do with fractional lengths. So instead of using whole numbers for our division, we're using fractional numbers so that we can practice our fraction division. Make sure that you are ready with your correcting pens, and here we go. All right, in the first one, Jada was using square stickers. So there's the key word there, everybody, square. And so when we know that one side length is 3/4 of an inch, we know that all the sides are 3/4 of an inch. And she's going to decorate the length of the spine of her photo album. So like if this is her book, like that, we're talking about this. She's going to decorate that end piece or the spine of her photo album. The spine is 10.5 inches long. So if she lays the stickers end to end without any gaps or overlaps, how many does she use to cover the entire length of the spine? So this is a simple division problem where we're going to take the length of the spine of 10.5 and we're going to divide it by the length of the sticker, which is 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to figure out how many 3/4 are in 10.5. So our problem is 10.5 divided by 3/4. So I'm going to change my 10.5 to an improper fraction. Remember what we do here is we multiply 2 times 10 and then we add 1. And so 2 times 10 is 20 plus 1 is 21. So I have 21 halves and I'm dividing that by 3/4, which we know from our previous lesson is the same as multiplying by 4/3. So I've got 21 halves times 4/3. What you'll see that I did here, everybody, is I looked at my diagonal numbers and I decided that I could cancel out some factors before I multiply to make this a little easier. And so I noticed that with the 3 and the 21, a factor of both of those numbers is 3. So I crossed out the 3 because there's one group of 3 and 3, so I changed that to a 1. There are 7 groups of 3 and 21, so I changed that to a 7. And then I can multiply straight across. 7 times 4 is 28, 2 times 1 is 2, and I'm left with 14 stickers. All right, the next one is very similar. This time, though, we're looking at binder clips, and we're trying to figure out how many of them could we lay end to end to get a length of 11.25 inches. Each binder clip is 5/8 of an inch, so we're going to take 11.25 divided by 5/8. So again, I'm going to take this mixed number, and I'm going to turn it into an improper fraction. So to do that, I'm going to multiply 11 times 4, and then I'm going to add 1. So 11 times 4 is 44, plus the 1 I added is 45, so 45/4. And I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 5/8. So remember that we multiply by the denominator and divide by the numerator. So I'm going to multiply by 8/5. And I'm left with 45/5 times 8/5. So I'm going to cancel some factors out to make the multiplication easier. So with the 45 and 5, I know that 5 is a factor of both of those. So I'm going to see how many 5s are in 5, just 1. And how many 5s are in 45? There are 9. So now see how much easier that is to multiply? I'm going to do the same with the 4 and 8. I know there's one group of 4 and 4 and two groups of 4 and 8. So I end up multiplying just 9 times 2 and 1 times 1. Of course, 9 times 2 is 18, so I'm left with my answer of 18 binder clips. All right, in this one, also very similar, we're looking at the problem in a little bit of a different way. So we know how many paper clips we laid end to end, and we know the length of those paper clips, but we don't know the length of one single paper clip. And so we're going to try to figure that out. So first we had to estimate the length of each paper clip, and I'm thinking a paper clip is, I don't know, it's probably about an inch, maybe like I thought 2/3 of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So now I'm going to calculate the length of each paper clip exactly by taking 17 and 7/8 and dividing it by 26, because that's the length they all are together, and I know it took 26 of them to get that total distance. So this right here is kind of a bugger. Look how big that mixed number is, and I'm going to turn that into an improper fraction by multiplying 17 times 8, and I get 136, and then I add 7, and I get 143. So I have 143/8, and I'm going to multiply that by the reciprocal of 26. So remember right now it's 26 over 1, but the reciprocal of 26 over 1 is 1/26. So I'm left with 143/208. I couldn't find anything to divide by here, so I just left it at 143 208ths, which is approximately 7/10 of an inch. So I wasn't too far off. My estimate was a little bit low, as you can see. All right, number 4, a second grade student is 4 feet tall and her teacher is 5 2/3 feet tall. And you have to figure out how many times as tall as the student is the teacher. So these problems can get a little confusing in the wording. So what I want you to do is make sure you write down exactly what you understand the problem is asking for. So her teacher's 5 2/3 feet tall, and you're trying to figure out how many times as tall as the student is the teacher. So this is the teacher, and then I'm going to take the student times some number. So how many times do I have to multiply the student's height to get the teacher's height? So my problem is 5 2/3 equals 4 times some number. Well, that's the same as taking 5 2/3 divided by 4. So that's what we're doing. And 5 2/3 as a mixed number is 17/3 as an improper fraction. And then I'm multiplying by the reciprocal to 4, which is 1/4. And I'm left with 17 halves. That's a 7 right there, guys. 17 halves, which is 1 and 5, or not 17 halves. 17/3 times 1/4, and that equals 17/12, which is 1 and 5/12. All right, this second part of it flips it around a little bit. What fraction of the teacher's height is the student's height? Well, the student is 4 feet out of the teacher's 5 2/3 feet. So if you write it this way and remember that our fraction bar means division, you can go ahead and make your division problem. 4 divided by 5 2/3. So I'm writing this out as 4/1 divided by my 5 2/3, which is also 17/3 when it's written as an improper fraction. So I've got 4/1 times 3/17, of course, because I'm multiplying now by the reciprocal. And that equals 12/17. And that makes sense, right? The student's height is 12/17 of the teacher's height. All right. Find each quotient. So you just have to find the answer here. So 9 divided by 3/5. Notice that I changed the 9 to 9/1. And then I'm dividing by 3/5. So that's the same as multiplying by 5/3. Before I multiplied, though, you'll notice that I canceled out some factors. I know there was one group of 3 and 3 and 3 groups of 3 and 9. So I'm left with 3 times 5 is 15, 1 times 1 is 1, and then 15/1 is also known as 15. 1 7/8 divided by 3/4. Well, 1 7/8 is a mixed number, but as an improper fraction, that's 15/8. And then I'm dividing by 3/4, which is like multiplying by 4/3. So I did a lot of canceling of factors here because I know there's one group of 3 and 3 and 5 groups of 3 and 15. I know there's one group of 4 and 4 and 2 groups of 4 and 8. So I'm left with 5 times 1 and 2 times 1, or 5 halves, which is the same as 2 1/2. Okay, last problem. A runner ran 1 4/5 of a mile on Monday and 6 3/10 miles on Tuesday. How many times her Monday distance is her Tuesday distance? So we're going to, again, write down exactly what you know, and then we'll come up with our equation afterwards. So I'm going to take my 1 4/5 Monday distance times some number to get my Tuesday distance, right? So this is what we're trying to figure out. Well, to figure out what that question mark is, I'm going to take 6 3/10 and I'm going to divide that by 1 4/5. Both of these are mixed numbers, so we have to turn those into improper fractions first. 6 3/10 is also 63/10 in improper fraction, and 1 4/5 is 9/5. So our problem is 63/10 divided by 9/5. Remember, we're going to change it to multiplication by the reciprocal, so 63/10 stays the same, but now I'm going to multiply that by 5/9. I'm going to cancel out some factors here because I know there's one group of 9 and 9 and 7 groups of 9 in 63. I also know there's one group of 5 and 5 and 2 groups of 5 in 10. So when I multiply, I end up with 7 halves, right? 7 times 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2, so I end up with 7 halves, which is the same as 3 1/2. So I know that this runner ran 3 1/2 times as far on Tuesday as Monday. All right, last one. A cyclist planned to ride 9.5 miles, but only managed 3 7/8 miles. What fraction of his planned trip did he travel? So he biked 3 7/8 out of 9.5, right? So remember, by writing it this way and knowing that this out of fraction bar means division, then I can set up my division problem as 3 7/8 divided by 9.5. My 3 7/8 mixed number is 31/8 is an improper fraction. My 9.5 is 19/2 is an improper fraction. And when I multiply those, I end up with 31/76. So I know that he traveled 31/76, which is almost half, I would say, almost half of what he planned on traveling. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that makes sense and helps.